And we are live. Hey, people. It's your girl, Maddie from Top Rope Squishy, and I am here with two of the members of the Midwest Marks podcast, Miss Courtney and Mr. B-Mac. Hello, and thank you for coming back on my show. I appreciate it.
Queen, listen, all you gotta do is say the word and I'm here.
Yes.
Yes,
How you
yes,
doing?
for real. Thank you.
No, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate y'all. I always have a good time when y'all here. So, and hello to everybody in the chat. We have a lot to cover, but before we do, we got to get through the stuff. If y'all in the room, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you check the description, the links to the Midwest Marks and to BMAC and Courtney and Alex Coquito and Eli, both of who are not here, their Twitter handles are in the description. Please make sure you go over there and follow them if you are not already. Anyway, now that we have that out the way, how was Dynamite for y'all?
It was wonderful. It was everything I knew it was going to be, and then some.
It was so good. What you think, Courtney? What did you like? What did you like and what you didn't like about yesterday's Dynamite?
They could have left Jericho off my TV for real, for real.
You know what? Let's talk about it. Let's start there because I'm so tired of seeing my boys disrespected. And I'm talking about Santana and Ortiz. I'm so tired of it. I mean, when they kept doing that whole little thing, 2.0, where they look through the doors. Oh no, we can't call them that anymore. It's Matt and Jeff now. When Matt and Jeff were looking, they're not here, are they here? I was like, they're gonna be there at some point. So when they came through, I was like, that's sick. They're getting that asses kicked. But in the end, who ended up getting that asses kicked again? I mean, what is up with this disrespect? What y'all think? Because I'm not feeling this at all. At all, at all. At all.
I definitely think it's time for them to get some type of revenge against Jericho for his, like his actions as far as like in recent weeks, because he has been doing a lot. He's been talking a lot of trash about him, and they just need to go ahead and get the LAX reunion popping already. Like, listen, bring in Hernandez and bring in the other one, and let's get that 5-on-5 blood and guts match between like JAS versus the LAX. Like, let's just get it in.
That's right. That's right. Hey, off the top ropes. Thanks for joining. Hey, Joseph, No Neck Bone Tone, Anna in the room. Yes, I want the new lax to come, but let's do it because they keep yes, they got stomped out. Why? Like, you're making them
I'm confused.
Right,
I'm so
Courtney?
confused. I'm so confused. This is not working for me as a fan, and it's getting tiresome. But if you really want to listen to the fans, check our shows out, and we tell you what we think. And y'all know I keep it 100 with y'all. I am not feeling this. And Jericho, you need to go sit down back in catering. Make me a chicken salad sandwich, perhaps, and tomato soup.
Damn, Courtney, you gave him the whole meal. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not for the Jericho Appreciation Society, whatever the hell that is. When the Inner Circle died, that was it. This faction it ain't doing it for me. But I respect what Jericho's trying to do for these guys. He's trying to put them on the map like he did with the other guys from the Inner Circle, and now he's moving on to another generation of wrestlers, I guess. But for me, it's not working. And until Proud and Powerful and Eddie Kingston don't get their revenge, like B-Max said, and like me and Courtney want, I'm not going to be okay with this at all. Not ever.
Listen, let's just call this what this is. Give us that Blackpool Combat Club versus the JAS, so they can snatch the Garcia and have them over there with Moxley and Brian, and then like we move on.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Off the Top Ropes and you are pretty much in sync in thoughts, both bringing up the JAS and the Blackpool Combat Club.
I would suggest that be the blood and guts match. Have it be the JAS versus the Blackpool Combat Club, and whoever wins, they get Daniel Garcia.
I agree with you. But I want to see my boys get a fucking win. Let's go. Okay. Now, before I start balling on this show, why you keep doing this to me, Tony Khan? Joseph brought up two great talking points. Let's talk about Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta, because I mean, we all knew that Bryan Danielson was not going to lose, but Wheeler Yuta did give him a run for a couple of minutes. But what bothered me about the whole match, and I don't know if it bothered y'all or not, but it kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies when Wheeler Yuta spit into Bryan Danielson's face. I don't know how y'all felt about that, but I was like, why? You saw it hanging off his forehead. Ew, what the? I mean,
listen, you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of when Pumpkin spit on New York on the Flavor of Love. When she hopped and spit in New York, that's what that reminded me
of. Listen. He hopped the whole loogie, the whole thing. He brought that from his soul because that thing was and it was just stuck on there on his forehead. It looked like little pieces of white stuff that he.
It was stuck on his face too.
Yes.
And people, let's not forget, we still have
COVID.
Miss Corona, her sister, her brother, Aromicon,
and the cousin too.
And
the cousin too.
Yes. Oh shit. It's called Cottonmouth. Well, he needs to sip on some water before he goes spitting in people's face. Let's be real.
Yeah, I was. That would have been a moment for me where Bryan should have broke character and tried to kick his head in for real. Because, baby, no, that was too much.
Did y'all rehearse this? I hope this was rehearsed, because I mean, ew. Can you imagine something that got in his mouth? But anyway, Wheeler lost. That's what happened there. Great match, but that
but it was a star making moment for him though, because now we're gonna see him get put into the you know what I'm saying, like the BCC. Not the BBC, y'all. All the nasty asses. No, I mean the BCC. Stop.
Shut up, Blackheart. He said, "Dog, there ain't no water bottles on standby in a match squishy." Shut up.
Love me some Blackheart.
Yeah, man. Thank you. That was hilarious. Well, let's talk about his counterpart right now. Bryan Danielson's counterpart, Jon Moxley, had an excellent match against Jay Lethal. And I mean, even I was impressed. You know, to me, Jay Lethal has a very basic character, but his in-ring is pretty darn good. And yesterday's match was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it against, Moxley against Jay Lethal. I did not think that Jay Lethal was going to win, simply because right now with William Regal, they have Bryan Danielson and Moxley on this high, and they're not going to let them lose at this point. So however, I love the way they were introduced. Former champions, as Jay Lethal was a Ring of Honor champion for over 700 days, and Moxley was the AEW champion for over 300 days. So they introduced them that way, and I thought that was really good, the way that they started that match. So what do you guys think?
That match, to me, that should have been the main event. Like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. That should have been the main event, because them two right there, they deliver what wrestling looks like if you can do it correctly, because they went at each other and they didn't let up. And the fact that Jay Lethal is getting all of this television time, listen, I understand people may not like him due to his past, but as we've seen in recent weeks with Deshaun Watson, baby, if somebody wants you, they will sign you, and the fans will love you anyway, because that crowd lit up for him last night. Like, that crowd lit up for Jay Lethal last night.
They were cheering for him.
I was really impressed with this match. Like B-Matt said, I thought this last night should have been the main event than what we got last night. Because that was, like y'all say, slapping. Like, it was for real a really good match. And
Agreed.
John Moxley, who I can't say enough good about Mox, and I can't say enough good about Jay Lethal, because y'all know I've been following Jay Lethal for a long time, and I'm just ready for him to bring back the Black Machismo. Oh yeah!
I agree with that. Look, I would send him back to Ring of Honor. Tony needs to send him back down to Ring of Honor and let him be like build that division around him while he helps the younger guys at the same time, because he don't need to be losing like all over the place. But like send him back down to Ring of Honor so he could do his thing, because the way that he wrestled last night, he belongs on television consistently and not on dark. Like he's that good.
Yeah, he should be on TV. And now that AEW has this platform, or now that Tony Khan has this platform, why not utilize it in the best way? You know what I'm saying?
And let's talk about Ring of Honor, because listen, we finna get Suzuki tomorrow night on that pay-per-view. Hello.
That pay-per-view is gonna be off the chain. I unfortunately am not gonna be able to watch it until Saturday, because I'll be at work. But I will be checking out the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and if you guys can, you should also check it out, because the card is looking phenomenal.
I just want my girl Willow to win. I want her to beat Mercedes and get that interim Ring of Honor championship so bad, man.
I really believe that should be what happens, because Mercedes Martinez has the AEW platform right now. So you got to, spread the food around, share the meal. And I think that's how it should go. I love Willow. I think
she's a babyface that you can easily build around.
Yes, and she's so cute. I think Willow would be a great champion in Ring of Honor. And yes, and then she could come in, they could do crossovers, the way that they're doing with the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So there's no reason why not. The same guy owns both companies. He could do anything he wants with those two companies now. So,
and
break all the rules.
Yes. Listen, he's doing it because he's done brought back Chavo. It's like he brought back Chavo Guerrero today. And I thought he got fired after his little Twitter rant play. He's now a manager of Mr. Bandito.
Yeah. So doing
pick your mouth up, boo. I'm the for a reason.
Yep. You sure are.
All right. So you guys, what did you think about the main event? I mean, and there were more matches, and we'll go back to them, but since we did touch on Andrade El Idolo and the main event, what did you guys think about it? First of all, I love Andrade. I think that man is amazing in the ring. I loved his promos. He's hilarious. Courtney, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing about what I'm about to say, and you not gonna like me no more.
Oh shit. Well, go ahead and get it out. What is it?
Andrade just does not do it for me. I need something other than that. I've seen him from both companies, and he is still stagnant and boring to me. But y'all know I stand for Darby Allin because I'm a Darby girl in a Darby world.
Well, so's my sister. So you have a friend in Anna.
I'll say this. That match to me deserved to be the main event last night, because I'm not gonna lie, they went from 0 to 100 within seconds, because like it was like that fast paced. And I'm so thankful for Pac and Kenny Omega, because we now have the old Andrade back, who was in Mexico prior to him going to WWE. If it had not been for them two guys wrestling him, we wouldn't have gotten what we gotten out of him and Darby last night. So I do feel like he needs to have a proper feud, but like as far as his presentation, he's being built up very well, because he's talking, he's cutting his own promos, and the fact that he can cut him in English and his native tongue. Yes. Wonderful.
Yes. Without saying something detrimental and overly negative, addressing an off the top ropes comment about Ruby Soho. he said Ruby Soho's buried. I just want to say something that if you guys look back into my past shows, probably even talk to you guys about it on one point or another, I have never been impressed with her. I didn't see what the big deal was about her. I didn't know about her prior to AEW. That was another wrestler that kind of debuted when I was out of the wrestling world, and seeing her debut and wrestle in the Royale, I was not impressed, and I have not been impressed yet, and I don't think I'm ever going to be impressed. And that's nothing against her personally, because I don't know her. People say that she's really nice and sweet, and good for her. But as a wrestler, she just doesn't do it for me. What do you guys think?
I'll say this. She's a nice girl. She has a personality. She's likable. She can talk. But I think she was one of those projects for the women who they brought her in. They tried to make her a star. And now they're realizing that she was overexposed and she's a mid-tier talent. She's not a top-tier girl. And that's okay.
She's not. And yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
But she's not a top-tier girl.
Not at all. Not at all. I think she just doesn't connect. Her moves are sloppy and she doesn't slap. It looks almost like she's barely lifting legs and arms. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but she looks really lazy.
Yeah, she's still green to me.
But she's not green. That's the thing. This woman's been wrestling for quite a while.
Right, but to me, there's a reason we hadn't seen her on TV.
I agree. And
for,
I don't think she should
for that reason, I don't know. But what I have seen, I've seen her in both companies, and she did fantastic in the other company, WWE. She was more outgoing in that role than I have seen her in AEW. No disrespect, Ruby.
Was she let go? She was let go, right?
Yeah, she was let go.
She was like, okay.
She works better in the tag. She works better in the tag team.
I think I would put her, let her go over to Ring of Honor to see what she can pull out. Because really I hadn't seen anything in her arsenal that has impressed me since she come over.
Yeah, I haven't been impressed at all. I just, hey, Dominican Lou, we are talking about how Ruby Soho is mid. I mean, no disrespect against her personally. We don't hate people here, but we are talking about you and we are critiquing wrestling as we see fit, right? As professionals. And
we'll be honest. As a fan, and the fans are listen. See, that's the problem with women's wrestling today. The fans are not honest. There are a lot of wrestling fans who are bigging up girls who are green and mid, and they wonder why the state of USA women's wrestling is so far behind when it comes to Japan, because they're not honest.
I'm laughing at this guy. Lou, why? What is the problem?
I'm gonna tell Serena you said that, Lou.
Oh my goodness. All right, listen. Let's talk about this the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, because Lou's probably, I don't know how Lou feels about the bunny. But I've honestly never really been a fan. I think she is afraid to get hit, and I think it shows before moves even connect with her. She's landing on the ground. She's giving herself her own bumps. Like, Trick, this is wrestling. You got to take it or manage or be a prop, because honestly, it shows that she does not want to get hit. And I get it. It's going to hurt a little bit or a lot. I don't know. I never, whatever. But from what I see other people doing, they take it. So, I saw quite a few times where there was like a clothesline and chick was already on the floor before, Tony even threw the clothes. I'm like, how's she on the floor already? How? And that's, to me, it ruins everything. And so Joseph said the bunny can go away. You know, I don't hate the bunny. I think she's funny. I like her vlog. I like horror too. I'm a big horror fan. But if she wants to win me over, she's gonna have to take some bumps, like for real. Because she has the character. She knows how to do the wrestling moves. She got to put on some weight so she can pick these women up without shaky legs and take some of those actual hits on her body. What you guys want to say? Go ahead. I need a sip of water.
Listen, I'll say this. I agree with you. She has never like impressed me either, because even when she was in Impact, she was never impressive in Impact. She was just there. And I think she's a mid wrestler as well. Like, she's in the category with the Ruby Soho. She's mid, and they hyped her up to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, she's never been the girl that's going to make me break my neck to watch her wrestle. She's never been that. And going up against somebody like Toni Storm, who is actually a wrestler who can wrestle and is from Japan, as far as her background, as far as like how she wrestles, she was tagging the hell out of the bunny last night with them clotheslines and them kicks and stuff. She was leaving her stuff in. And I was into that, because I'm like, this is why they signing her is going to be like a boost to that division, because she's going to make them girls step their game up.
Yes, Toni Storm. I had never heard of her before. But I loved what she did in the ring as far as she can do it, because again, you know, the bunny didn't want to get.
Imagine when they put her with Sheeta. Imagine when they put her with Serena.
Ooh,
Thunder Rosa.
Detected at the front door.
Ooh, are you okay over there, B-Mac?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you had a tornado warning earlier, so.
Yeah, like, imagine when they put her. Listen, I want Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm as soon as they can give us that. And I hope it's in the Owen. Toni versus Jamie.
What am I lying about? Why is Blackheart messing with me? What am I lying about? Put it in the chat. I want to know what I'm lying about. I never lie. You hear me? I never lie. Let me see. But I'll take a bite out of that bunny no cat. Okay.
I'm gonna tell your wifey you said that, Luli.
Joseph says, sign me up for Toni versus Sheeta. Agreed. And yes, Toni did have the biggest pop. Absolutely. Oh,
it reminded me of Ruby when she was at the pay-per-view, when she debuted at the pay-per-view and they popped for her. And again, like just like Ruby, she showed emotion. Like, it was nice to see Toni show that emotion last night too, because you could tell that meant a lot to her.
Yeah, no, and you know, her debut was excellent. The crowd was really cheering for her, because I was waiting to see, like, when the crowd exploded, I said, well, it's clearly somebody that everybody likes, and I obviously have no idea who it is, because I was like, who the fuck is it? I'm like, who is it? And, you know, anybody who knows her music, knows her theme. So as soon as they heard it, they were like, ah! And I'm sitting here like looking at my husband like, fuck my side. I think I text my sister,
and the fact
like,
that she's only 26 years old.
yes.
And it's like, if she's won as many championships as she has, and it's as decorated as she is, that adds a lot, like, more value to that tournament as well, her being in it.
Yes, I agree. And, you know, I really can't wait to see her against, you know, other opponents. Lou, you are hilarious. Miss Deeb and I have an open relationship like Will and Jada. I'll have you know.
So next question, let me ask you this question. Were you disappointed with who debuted last night? Would you rather them have debuted Athena? Because I saw a lot of people was upset that it wasn't Athena.
I actually did think it was going to be Athena, but I wasn't disappointed. Because I still feel that Athena is still going to debut at some point in AEW.
Honestly, I've been trying to tell. Honestly, listen, Toni threw me off last night. I didn't know that Jade was facing Marina next. I thought it was going to be Athena. I'm thinking that they debut Miss Athena next month in Garland, Texas for a Battle of the Belts Part 2 versus Jade.
Yeah, and that's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't Athena, because usually AEW tends to listen to the fans. for the most part. If you see in social media that people are talking over and over about some particular person over and over and over, they're tagging Tony Khan, they're tagging AEW. I'm like, this person gonna show up. And sure enough, they find a way to make these people show up. So that's why I was like, wow, Athena is definitely walking through the doors. So when I didn't see her walk through, I was like, that's why I was, who the fuck is this? I'm like, everybody likes her though. Well, she must be good. That's usually how I go. She must be good. Wasn't true for, Miss Soho, but for Toni Storm, I think it was excellent. I believe that, like you said, when she goes up against other people like a Jamie Hayter and a Statlander and a Mercedes and a Serena Deeb and a Sheeta.
We're going to see why WWE dropping the bag on her was the dumbest decision.
Yeah, I can't wait, actually. I can't wait to see that. But yeah, that was the Owen Hart Foundation tournament debut. And, it
and
wasn't
then we
bad.
get Jamie versus Sky Blue on Rampage in the Owen tournament.
Yes. Obviously, Jamie Hayter is going to move on. And, I love Sky Blue. I've spoken to Sky Blue twice. I've met her. She's very sweet. She loves wrestling. So this is definitely something that she's going to do until she can't do it anymore. But she's gonna get killed tomorrow.
I love you, Sky Blue. How my mind is thinking, I want us give me Tony versus Jamie in the Owen final. That's it.
Tony versus Jamie?
Yes.
I would rather it be Statlander, to be honest. Sorry.
Statlander versus who?
Tony.
Girl, don't tease me with a good time. Don't tease me with a good time.
Come on now. Come on. You know. But anyway, can't wait to see the next matches. The first few weeks are always a little bit, and then it gets spicier as the weeks go. So it's a build-up. It's a build-up, people. We had FTR versus the Ass Boys, aka the Gun Club. Colton and
Austin.
And Austin. Yeah, no, Austin. I was choking on a laugh. Gun. The Ass Boys. Funny. They are some funny dudes. Oh, real quick. Yes, they absolutely did do Leva Bates dirty last night.
Yes, I agree. I kind of felt bad for Leva, because that
thing.
Yeah, Jay punked her in that scene. Yeah, Jay totally took over that scene last night.
He's like, why are you wasting my time?
Now, I'm like, damn, Jay, leave. Now.
Hey, y'all. Listen to Mr. Lou. Slap that like button, y'all. Pretend it's Chris Rock.
Damn.
Oh my God, that is not gonna go away, y'all. That's not gonna go away. All right, FTR versus the Gun Club. You know what? There is so much more to this match than just the match. We have to talk about what happened between MJF and FTR. The Pinnacle is breaking
over.
Down. It's breaking down. FTR wants nothing to do with MJF because MJF is dirty and they are now faces. They're not heels anymore. They got rid of Tully and they went face. And MJF is the biggest heel in AEW. This is not going to work, y'all. And guess what? Wardlow went face as soon as he started going against MJF's wishes. And now we're seeing, I think, what's going to be a trios faction between Wardlow and FTR. What do y'all think?
Oh, man. I'm here for that.
Right?
I didn't want Mr. Mid on my TV last night either, but MJF? Nobody asked Courtney. Yeah, nobody asked Courtney. So, but I knew, when those signs came out looking for Lord Wardlow, or I like to call him Lolo.
Lolo.
Lolo. A little easier
Mr.
to
Mayhem.
pronounce. Yes.
Mr. Mayhem himself.
Mr. Mayhem. That when they put out, I knew he was there in the arena.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But War
I'm
Dog
not against
showed
him in
out.
that faction, but I would rather see Wardlow get his solo shine on first, though, because he's already been in the faction. Let's see what he could do
Yes,
one on one. And if they want to revisit him with FTR, they can. But I want to see
absolutely.
him pop on listen, Mr. Mid through the table first. Like, listen,
Yes.
like Mid got to get pop on through the table first.
I believe that MJF is going to get so many power bombs. I thought, I said he's going to definitely get 4, and No Neck Bone Tone. I think No Neck Bone Tone said 10. So
That's
I
overkill.
said 10 too.
Courtney, well, there y'all go. So, Courtney and No Neck Bone Tone want Wardlow, Mr. Mayhem, to kill MJF, not just hurt and injure him, but to RIP him. So you
Here's
guys
the
are
question,
hopeless.
though. Once he gets past MJF, do you give him a feud towards the TNT Championship?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think so because he worked hard and he deserves it.
He should be the next. I mean, think about it. It usually goes heel, face, heel, face, heel, face, heel, face, right? Usually in championships.
Mm-hmm.
The person who's holding it now is Scorpio Sky, who's a heel.
My heart wants it to be Swerve Strickland, though, because, baby, listen.
No,
Swerve gonna get the FTW belt. But Swerve's gonna get FTW and make it more prestigious, like I've been wanting it.
That FTW belt needs help.
It does. It needs to be carried with. They're not making it matter. And that's the problem.
And that is the problem. My husband and I, No Neck Bone Tone and I, we spoke about this real quick. We spoke about ways that the FTW belt could be made more prestigious. And we said it could be turned into a hardcore belt where everyone that goes for it is a hardcore match. And then people are going to want it because they're going to be like, you know what it took to get this belt? I had to go through tables. I had to,
That's a good idea. And that'll be the first time where a championship on television has been carried with that in a long time, because WWE damn sure hasn't done it since the Attitude Era.
Yeah. And then the belt will have meaning. Then the belt would actually be, people are going to want it. So when people drop promos about it, I'm believing that they truly want it. Because when Swerve was talking about the FTW belt, wasn't it Jay Lethal too that went for it? No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jay Lethal went for it too.
I was like, big deal. Because I don't care about it. Make me care about it. Make a tournament towards this. And then every match that for the FTW belt has to be defended through a hardcore match, period.
Listen, take my money.
Right?
Take
and
my
then
money.
that's going to be the most, that's going to be the belt that brings them the most money if they do something like that, because who the fuck isn't going to want to watch these matches?
Or you
especially if they got talent like Swerve, like Ricky, like Hobbs, Keith Lee.
Yes. At Tony Khan. Pay me money. Pay me money for this idea. Pay me money.
Yeah. But too,
hey, Bobby.
Some people feel that maybe it's not prestigious enough because it's not carried by Hook.
Well, let's be honest.
I could see more Swerve carrying it than Hook, actually.
Yeah, Hook is still new, so he's not gonna make nothing prestigious right now, because like that'll be just like something he could play with, because like it will hold no value with him like holding it. But you get somebody like Swerve, who has won multiple championships in multiple companies, who has a resume to carry it. It would matter coming from him versus somebody like Hook that people are just not starting to get to know.
Yeah, I agree. And we actually went backwards. We're going to end the match talk with the match, I think, that opened AEW, which was CM Punk versus Max Caster.
Oh,
child.
Mr. Bobby Heavy versus Mr. Savage, because Punk is a savage at this point.
Yeah. So Punk has been delivering.
Mm-hmm.
Punk's been delivering. I wish I would have seen him at his prime. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the other thing I heard about him coming back, is that I didn't take advantage of him when he was here.
Yeah.
Because I didn't give it to him. You know what I'm saying? But now that I've heard about and seen some of the stuff he's done, I'm like, wait, he was that dude? Oh, wait a minute now. What's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Max Caster is hilarious.
Mhm.
That's a funny dude, and I love the Acclaim. They're obviously getting over. I don't know if you guys noticed the two guys in the crowd in the back doing their little scissor thing. They're going like that. Is hilarious. I think that Anthony Bowens is a fucking beast. This guy has to have a belt at some point. I think that the Acclaim should be tag team titles at holders at some point, because they've been on top for a while and people really aren't paying attention. And I'm like, wait a minute, who's on top? Oh shit, the Acclaim's like number one. Oh, the Acclaim's number two. Like, I mean, Jurassic Express is the best.
I'm gonna make a controversial statement here.
Ooh.
I think Bowens is gonna end up being the star out of the two of them.
Oh no, I agree with you.
We've been saying that.
I agree with you 100%.
I know
he's better.
I know people 100%. Like Max, but in this era, it's not just good enough to be able to talk. You have to be able to wrestle too. And the athleticism that Bowens has is ridiculous.
Yes.
Him versus CM Punk was great. Him versus Bryan was great.
That's for off the top ropes telling me I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want him to have a TNT championship run at some point, but not, like I'm not right now, but like down the line, absolutely. Because he's that dope if they give him the opportunity to be. Like, he's gonna end up being the star of that group. Like, and that's just like bar none.
I agree.
I've been wanting the Lame to break up for a while now.
But I wouldn't break them up until they get the tag team championships.
Hold on, you want the Acclaim to break up?
Yes.
Why? They're so funny together.
Because let's be real, Max's raps are whack. I even made a rap about Matt, so you know.
I mean, I think they're meant to be a little corny and cheesy, to be honest. So if they feel whack, then I think they're hitting the right mark.
And the crowd loves it. Listen.
I wait. Listen.
Yeah, the crowd loves it.
They call me the Acclaim. Love them. I do not want to see them break up. No,
not no time soon.
No. I do want to see Anthony Bowens have a solo run aside from his tag team.
They need to do with him what they're starting to do with Dax, because Dax is getting a solo run outside of FTR too, and that's going to be wonderful.
And Dante,
they need to do the same thing with Bowens.
And Dante. Yeah. I mean, Dante's was because of necessity, but they're still giving Dante solo matches.
Oh, speaking of them, we're getting them versus the Bucks tomorrow night on Rampage.
Do you understand that that's my favorite type of wrestling, high flying? When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm just, look.
Like, how dope does that have to be for these guys to be 21 and 22 years old, like wrestling their idols on primetime television at 10 o'clock? That's ridiculous.
On TV. You know how many times Dante has been on Prime TV? I mean, let's go. Dominican Lou, you know what? I'm with you there. I do not want the Acclaimed to break up.
No, they don't need to break up until they get a championship run.
No, not even. Leave them together. They work well together. And you know what? They do get to wrestle in singles competitions, so in matches. So as long as they give Mr. Anthony Bowens his due shine, because that boy is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's so cute. I want him to win. I do. What, Courtney? He's like a little. Was he like 22, 23? How old is Anthony Bowens?
He's actually like 31.
He's 25.
No, he's 31.
What?
Which is young. Like, listen, that's young.
Wait. But he looks like he's 21. Oh boy.
Baby, that's good genetics.
Okay, I know what it is.
Hey, we got those genetics too, Squishy.
I know what it is. All right. I have the question of the night for y'all, because we have unless there's anything else that I missed that you guys want to talk about.
Mm-mm.
So this question, because I've been thinking about it, and I sure as hell cannot pick one single person.
Oh,
Who the hell?
she finna put me in a hot seat, ain't she?
We'll see.
I know it.
I'll take it for you, B Mac.
Who the
No,
hell?
absolutely not.
I want to hear both of y'all talk. Who the hell is going to dethrone the one and only Miss Jade Cargill?
It should be Athena, honestly.
But
It
she
should
should
be
be
somebody.
signed if she gets to do that. It
Let's
should
be
not
honest.
be an unsigned talent.
It should be
This
Athena
woman
because
right here.
I'll
Nyla
say this.
Rose.
I say it should be Athena because I don't want to play into the social media antics, but the way the trolls are so sensitive about color right now. If it was a white girl to dethrone Jade, baby, that would implode on social media. They can't go that route. Let it be Athena.
I think
Just for
Athena,
optics.
just for optics.
Yeah. Let it be. Don't let it be anybody who don't look like me. Because they already think they're racist enough. Don't let it be Chris.
And
I love Chris.
I am all for Chris.
I love Chris.
I am all for Chris. I do want Chris to hold the TBS title at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see who can really at this
And
point.
right now, nobody has been built up enough to dethrone Jade because she's fighting Sharina. But let's be honest, she's not going to lose to Marina. She's not going to lose to Marina. She's not.
Who knows? They could surprise us, B-Man.
Dominican Lou's hilarious. He says Statlander is an alien, so it's not racial.
She's not an alien right now.
I don't see Marina being the one to beat Jade.
No.
She's a monster, but I don't see her being the one.
Jade
don't see her being the one.
Powerhouse, yes.
So do y'all see Jade's streak being longer than the Undertaker's streak, or do you think it stops at like 35?
It stops at 35. It'll stop before Double or Nothing, I think.
She's at 30 already.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's going to be.
Tomorrow, right? Or is that on Dynamite?
Whenever she faces Marina, because it hasn't been announced yet, but she will be facing Marina. Yeah.
So that'll be 30. I mean,
she's not going to break the championship. But we got to be honest, though.
Yeah, it has to be somebody believable.
She made the TBS championship. It didn't make her. And that's never happened before. Because normally it's the championship that makes the person. But her aura is so crazy already. She made that championship.
Yes, I agree. I said, when they debuted the belt.
Which is why whoever beats her, like their career is made for that women's division. They beat her.
Yes. I mean, you saw the belt. When they debuted the belt, it screamed Jade. The belt screamed Jade. I was like, look at that belt. That belt is big. That belt was made.
That belt is sweet. I like that belt better than the AEW Women's Championship belt, to be honest, because I like the original better. It just looked more clean and sleek.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I first found out that Jade was in that tournament, I was so against her winning that.
Really?
Because I didn't.
She won you over?
What won
she
me
won
over
both of us over.
No. Listen, I was a fan already. But what won me over was when they put her with Bryan Danielson as her mentor and her trainer, and she started really showing growth each championship match she had. When she fought Anna Jay, and she didn't look like she did versus Ruby, I said, okay, bitch, now we got something.
Yes, Jade has continuously grown. And I had said this before, it is amazing to see. If you watch her very second match, because the first one was with it was like a celebrity match.
Her versus Anna, that's when she really started to show growth.
Yes, and if you watch every match after it, in order, you
Mhm.
will see in every match a little improvement, another
And the
move,
woman at
another new move.
QA,
Growth.
she showed something else because she showed us that she was studying Jeff Cobb footage because she broke out the two of the islands on Aqua. God bless her
Yes,
heart. About killed her.
yes. I have to talk about this comment. I like the new women's title. Blackheart, I love the new
I do
women's
too.
title. I'm not a fan of the original women's
No,
title,
because
unlike
it was only fit,
Courtney.
because it was made to fit Riho. It
Yeah,
was made to
and
fit one person, which was Riho.
it looked like a toy. It looked like a
It did.
toy. The
Oh,
belt,
95-pound Riho.
yes, the belt when it debuted with Britt Baker, the new belt, I was like, oh my god, that belt is fucking beautiful. I
It was
love it. I
it was
love it.
fire.
It's
Yeah, it
beautiful.
was fire. Mhm.
However, I like the TBS championship just a little bit more. And I feel the same way about the TNT championship. And it's because I like round championships. That's the only reason why.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why. But I think that all the championships that they currently have right now, except for the FTW belt, look phenomenal. Beautiful belts. All of them. Beautiful.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Squishy.
What up?
Do you see them allowing Thunder Rosa to wrestle and defend the championship in New Japan? I mean, in Japan for the women's championship, because she said in the interview this week, I don't want to just wrestle and defend the title in the States. I want to go to Japan and Mexico to defend the women's championship. Do you think Tony would actually like let her
Let
do
her.
that?
I think so.
And they do have a because they do have a working wait because they do have a working relationship with TJPW now, the Tokyo Joshi Pro now. So could you see her facing the like Mrs. like Amayu Yamashita for the women's championship over there?
I don't know who that is.
You ain't never, you ain't never heard of Mayu Yamashita?
No. And now I
Baby,
gotta write
listen,
that down because I gotta go check her out.
listen. If you love Sheeta, oh baby, you gonna love her.
Really? I love Sheeta. Big
I
She's her
love
fan.
deadly
Maki.
counterpart. She's her deadly counterpart because her kicks are lethal.
Okay, I'm gonna look her up because I always love hearing about a wrestler that I'm gonna get into. So thank you for that, Mayu Yamushita. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I think that if Thunder Rosa, Joseph Hargrove says, shame on me. Some people don't know this, but I was out the wrestling world for 10 solid years. I stopped watching
Listen, look,
WWE.
listen. Let me tell you something. I stopped watching wrestling the moment Booker T had that racist storyline with Triple H, and we know how long ago that was. I didn't come back until AEW came around. That's how long I was out of it.
Yeah, I had a decade. So
Mm-hmm.
I must have missed
Mm-hmm.
when, when Miyu debuted and all that
Yeah.
shit. I missed it. But I'm going backwards. I'm learning. I'm learning. So be, take it easy.
Unfortunately, I stayed with my issue.
No, well, you know what? You have that knowledge because you didn't go nowhere. Whereas when people mention certain wrestlers, I'm like, I don't know.
What? What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, I gotta be like on Google, like, oh yeah, I know who that is. No, I don't know who that is, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna the next time we talk.
Right.
All right, Shaw, listen. It's the end of the show, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh my goodness! This is so much fun.
I had a freaking blast, guys. Thank
I
you.
did too. Thank you for having us.
Much. No, thank you for
Listen,
being
like I said, Queen, listen. All you gotta do is say, Mac, look, I need you on my show. Listen, say less.
You guys are repeat guests on my show. As Lou said, he thinks that you guys are competing with him. I think he has 7 appearances on my show already.
Well, this is my third. Whoa.
No, I think it's because
No,
you came
like
on.
this is my second. Okay, yeah, this is my second.
No,
yeah, okay.
No, this is like your 4th, B-Mac, because you came on before you were part of the Midwest Marks.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, look, I feel special.
Yes. So I just want to thank you guys.
This is my 3rd time. You on the 4 Horsemen, but I'm on the 3rd Trios.
Y'all building it up. Look, if y'all were in the room, please smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I go live every Thursday, every single Thursday. I drop my predictions in a character of Squishtradamus on Mondays. And if you guys please check the links in the description so that you can please follow these lovely people on my show and their two counterparts that were unable to make it tonight. Miss Courtney, Mr. B-Mac, and Mr. Alex Coquito and Mr. Eli, who were not able to be on tonight. Their Twitter handles are in the description, and all of the links for the Midwest Marks are in the description. Please go to their YouTube channel and subscribe. They drop all the tea and knowledge. They cover dark. They cover wrestling in general. Please, guys, if you want to listen to some
and we
good
will be
old
covering
wrestling,
a Supercard of Honor this weekend as well.
Look at that. So if you guys are planning to watch Ring of Honor, please jump into the Midwest Marks podcast and hear what they have to say. Thank you so much for being on my show. I am Top Rope Squishy. Goodbye, Courtney. Goodbye, B-Mac. Thank you so
Adios,
much.
everybody.
Adios. Adios. As always, peace, love, and wrestling. Good night, y'all. Goodbye.
Bye.